Welcome to 15 Minutes with Marsha E.B. Mitchell, where faith comes alive and overcomers share the stories God has written in their lives. In these 15 minutes, we'll dive into encouragement, inspiration, and the power of the Word. As a publisher who helps authors bring their God-given books and testimonies to life, I'm honored to walk with you on this journey. Let's step into truth, hope, and transformation together.
Welcome and hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Marsha E.B, 15 Minutes with Marsha E.B. I'm your host, Marsha E.B. And this is my first episode. I haven't been on radio in 10 years, and so I'm super excited. This program highlights authors, aspiring authors, and people who have been touched by God, sharing their testimonies. Let me just tell you the scripture of the day. Today's scripture is Hebrews 11. We all know that. Now, faith is the the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Today's story is a powerful one. My guest is especially, let's just say, dear to me. His name is Rueben Mitchell. He's the author of Relentless, Operation Rescue, the restored version. And I had the pleasure of actually editing this book as well as publishing it. And so you're in for a treat. We're going to have a great conversation. His story is amazing. It's a rescue story. It's a faith story. It's a love story. And so I just want to welcome Rueben Mitchell. Hi, Rueben.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you for joining me. Listen, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Little old me. Well, I'm Rueben Mitchell. They call me Prophet PI on online on all social media platforms. I'm a preacher, but I'm also a volunteer investigator. I team up with other private investigators to help use social media and also put boots on the ground to go help find missing people, but also help families out to find out who did what to their loved ones.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you for sharing that with us. Let's get into Relentless Love, Operation Rescue, the restored edition. Now, let me just put a pin in it for a minute. You were just featured on People Magazine Investigates, where it just aired on, I think, Discovery ID, Hulu, and HBO Max. And so tell us, those of us who haven't seen it, I was able to see it, and it was wonderful. Tell us about your book or your story.
Well, the book is basically about my little girl, and her mother had joined a cult with Rashad Jamal. And when she joined this cult, they literally disappeared to an underground where you don't hear anything from them. They close their banking accounts. They turn off their phones and just basically go dark. And I had to hunt down my daughter because I got a message from her mother using a fake page saying that my daughter was dead and saying that her siblings were dead. And that pushed me more to try to locate and find my baby. So I started the painful track as far as trying to locate my baby. And I finally got a hit, located her, went and picked her up. And from there, she's been prospering and everything. But, she still has some things that she, has to deal with, with flashbacks and memories.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. I just want to tell the audience that I had the pleasure of meeting Rueben and reached out to him and asked him if I could write his story. And he was like, what story? And so that is how this book came about. We worked together on two different coasts and then eventually became great friends, and we're actually married now. So he is definitely dear to me. So let me ask you this, Rueben. Why should we get this book, and what's important about it? What can you tell people in your work? Because you do a lot of community work. You're a community activist. You encourage followers. You have on all social media platforms over almost 1 million views and likes, and you interact with people all the time. So what is your message to the people, and what can we expect out of this book?
Well, it's going to teach, several things. One, for parents, especially fathers, to never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up on, being in your child's life. Dealing with a case now where a father is basically going through almost the same thing, where his children mother had went into hiding. He hadn't seen his children in over 4 years, and he needs help trying to locate them. And just so happened, I did a call to action on the very kids that he's been looking for. So it's gonna show them and open their eyes up to where there are parents out here, fathers and mothers, who are going through basically the same thing. Also, it's going to teach when a young adult or teen disappears, they're being influenced by somebody. They're being influenced by somebody in their message. They're falling into this to where they're almost brainwashed, and it's not necessarily that they disappeared and something nefarious happened, which it can happen and it has happened. But many times it's because they've been coaxed away. They've been given this false hope, and then they disappear, and then they can't find a way to get out. So the organization that I have and the platform that I have and everything is helping these victims. It's helping these victims' families to see light. It's helping these victim families to where they can track down where their loved one is, whether it's good or bad. So it's an eye opener, but also, teaching these young kids, you can't listen to everybody. Not everybody has got your best interest. Most of them are just wanting to use and abuse you.
Right. Thank you for sharing that. I just wanted to add that Rueben has helped. He's known all over I wouldn't say all over the world. People contact him all over, and what he does is he brings a light to stories that mainstream media has not covered. And surprisingly so, but we're happy about that, is that once they see him doing it, they pick it up. And so a lot of stories have come to life that you wouldn't normally see because of some of the work he has done. And there have been some major cases. And so I'm really proud of you. And I just wanted to showcase that so people could know exactly what you do, not just ministry, but it's a personal story because of, Mari being kidnapped. And so your flight to go find her. And it's a great story of faith. Even when you got the call saying that she was dead, and your heart broke, but you didn't believe it, and you just had to keep going just to make sure that what you felt in your spirit was lining up with the truth. And so the good thing is that she was rescued. And tell us a little bit about the beginning stages when we got her back.
Yeah, in the beginning, she had it rough because when I first picked her up, she thought I was a ghost because she had been told and believed that I was dead. And when I finally got her back home, she had to adjust. She had to adjust to actually having her own bedroom because she's never had that. They were made to sleep in a group full of other children and other people. She was made to do things that a grown person would have to do, which, it still hurts my heart. But she was made to do things like it. So, getting her back, she still had the nightmares. She was waking up in the middle of the night. She wouldn't sleep in her own bed, and I would come and, times, I'd let her sleep in my bed, and then I would, jump on the couch or whatever because she wanted that safety net. And ended up getting her a dog. That dog is a Cane Corso to where it protects her, so she had a sense of being protected, not only by me, and her mother-in-law. Her
mother-in-law.
I'm sorry, her stepmother, but also the dog. The dog was a sense of security, knowing that if anybody came in this house, she has it trained to where it'll protect her. Yeah. And it even protects her from me because, when I'm playing with her or something, the dog won't let me play with her rough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it was a rough road for the first, 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
Having to go through that, because she didn't recognize a lot of things, even the food that she ate. She was only allowed to eat beans and rice. But then when I started feeding her different types of meats and stuff, she thought everything was chicken.
Yeah.
Not realizing, you got hamburgers, you got lamb, you got ribs and things like that. And then, she didn't have a sense of, she was afraid of taking a bath because she was told taking showers and baths and stuff would clone her. She believed everybody was clones and all this stuff. And it just, it opened up her eyes. It broke her out of that and everything. And now she is living a very successful, happy life as a child.
Yes.
I told her, you're not an adult, you're a child. And
Yes.
living that happy life as a child, she's able to enjoy life now.
Awesome. And it's so very true. I just want to commend you on the work that you've done. And I'm going to pat myself on the back too, because it did take two. And she is doing amazing. Mari knows how to build houses because of you. And you're just saying that one Connie Corso, we have like 7 to 17 Connie Corsos, but she is living a great life. And so what we had to do was just make her go backwards. She is now a little girl and she is at the right maturation rate. And so we are really excited about that. Real quick, where can we purchase your book?
Well, I'm going to put up a QR code. That way you can get the correct restored edition. That way it has the full story, has everything in it. That way, because, there are some organizations out here or sites out here that will sell you a fake version.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a QR code up, and make sure that you hit that QR code and you can get that book and get the restored edition.
Awesome. You can get the book on Amazon, and make sure that you put in Relentless Love, Operation Rescue, the restored version. And it is a picture. It's kind of like a brownish hue type of picture with a man and a little girl with the silhouette holding hands. So that's the one that you want to get. I'm real excited about everything that God is doing in the midst. Oftentimes these stories don't go well, and this is a true rescue story of a testament of your faith, your strength, your determination to debunk parent alienation, where a lot of people often side with one gender of the parent because, sometimes the court systems want to give just the mom. And there are great moms and great dads out there, but when you have a heart for your child and you've proven that you're the better parent, and all I can tell you guys is to go get the book and you can get the full story. There's not much that we can say right now, but if you want to see a little bit about what our family went through, right now it is streaming on HBO Max. If you have Discovery ID, you may be able to see it, and it will be streaming on Hulu as well. And so I just wanted to bring that to you. Relentless Love, Operation Rescue. Prophet Rueben, P.I., as he's known on social media. I know him as Rueben Mitchell, my better half. And I just wanted to let you guys know in the world that we're doing great things. And I thought it would be fitting for my first guest to be my husband. So Rueben, thank you so much for joining me. I wish you could have been here in studio, but life is lifing and you're doing what you have to do. And I just want you to know I appreciate you. Is Mari there?
She is in the shower.
Oh, okay. I was going to tell her to get on. Okay. Well, again, I just want to thank you for coming. Thank you guys for tuning into 15 Minutes with Marsha E.B. We will have more guests. So I am highlighting people who have a testimony, how God has brought them out, and they've written it in a book. And so next week, you will have a wonderful author named R.R. Williams, and her book is Love's Dark Reflection, Surviving a Decade of Covert Narcissism. And so look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you again for tuning into my first show, and I see you next time.
Thank you for joining me today on 15 Minutes with Marsha E.B. Mitchell. I pray you were encouraged, strengthened in your faith, and reminded that God is still writing your story. Overcomers aren't born. They're shaped by the word and by the victories God brings through every season. If you'd like information on author and publishing services, please reach out to us at marshaeb.com. Until next time, stay encouraged and stay anchored in His Word.